What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to test Deadpool in PvP. And spoiler alert, guys, he's pretty trash in timeline. He's actually very, very bad. He dies super, super easy. Doesn't do near enough damage to take down the opponents. And honestly, if he had a remove all debuff in his kit, that would actually make him a lot better because he doesn't have a remove all debuff. You got to use Wasp leadership or some other forms of removing all debuff. And it kind of sucks because you'd really like to use his leadership, but this ignore targeting effect, this is all good and dandy. It's on a 3.5 second cooldown. You would kind of think that, oh, this might be really good. The problem with it is it doesn't do enough damage. Like, it doesn't. He just doesn't take down opponents very well at all. And considering how good of survivability he does have with his heals, he just dies super, super easy. One, because he doesn't really have any decreased damage received. And that's why we're going to run Colossus on the team. But yeah, I mean, Deadpool just, honestly, guys, for a full price uniform, 1,750 crystals, unless you're a hardcore Deadpool fan, you want to make him the best you can be, I would not buy this thing. I mentioned in the last video I did for this guy that I don't think it's really worth buying unless you're a hardcore fan. I just don't. And honestly, this is just my opinion. I just think it's a fugly looking uniform. But I mean, it's got penetration, 80% chance to penetrate everything. Is really, really good. Maybe if there had been an iframe on this 5 and it had been a little bit lower cooldown than 18 or 9 seconds, this would have been a little bit better. But he just doesn't seem to do near enough damage, right? And again, he doesn't have any remove all debuff in his kit. Like, if they would have gave him a leadership, some remove all debuff, that would have made him a little bit better. So we got to run Wasp to get this remove all debuff leadership, or not remove all debuff leadership, but to get her passive right here, where we get the remove all debuff, right? She does give 10% extra HP. And the only thing about the build that I've changed is I put a CTP regeneration on the guy. You can see, guys, his critical damage is low. I know. But a decent PvP character would perform a lot better than what he's actually going to perform for us. Even though I don't have a solid PvP build, you're going to notice, guys, that he doesn't get it done. He really is, like, maybe in AC he'll be all right, but in timeline against all the metas right now, no. Like, he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad, and I'll show you that right now, guys. This breaks my heart to do this. But yeah, I pretty much feel like I wasted my crystals. Now, here we're going against Thanos. He's got Colossus and Hela, right, for the damage reduction from heroes. So not really the best team for Deadpool to go against, but this will give you guys an idea how well he can survive. Now, remember, I do have 14% HP on my cards. That does make a difference, but honestly, I think even if I had 50% HP, he wouldn't last. He doesn't have any decreased damage received. He does get it from Colossus, but watch this. He hit the 1. And this is what happens to him. Like, when he faces Thanos, he just gets one-shotted like nothing. Like, he just dies instantly. Right? So we'll try a different team. Here's an Adam Warlock. Well, we'll try. It's pretty similar to the team we just faced. But we'll give it a shot, right? And a lot of people are running Hela, which is not good for Deadpool at all. I mean, it's just, they should have gave him some decreased damage received in his kit. Some ignore boss damage decrease in his kit would have been pretty cool. Like, look at this. He just, pow, poof, dead instantly. Like the mark with the mouth, right? Pretty much like the walking undead. Well, literally he is the walking undead thanks to the curse that Thanos put on him. Can't die, right? He's pretty much immortal. Wants to die, but he can't. And in this game, he dies like nothing in timeline. I mean, it's ridiculous. All right, so here we won't even face a Thanos. We'll go against Molecule Man, who's going to ignore this decreased damage received from Colossus. And we got Spider-Man and Emma. We'll see how he performs against these two, right? Let's see. Right, and Emma and Spider-Man are not getting any increased damage from anything. Here we go. Check this out. Deadpool going to take down Molecule Man. Having some problems, but he did take him down finally. Okay. All right. That's actually, I mean, he took down Molecule Man, but then he died. Molecule Man, guys. Who loses to Molecule Man? Right? Who loses to Molecule Man? Molecule Man is not very good. People only use him for his leadership, right? And Deadpool just lost to him. Even Hawkeye, who's not that great in PvP, he's decent in IC, can take down Molecule Man, it's no problem. It's really, really disappointing. Good, 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 good. Took him out. Uses that fist skill, got that penetration up. Boom, took him out. And then dies. Right? It's just what? What are we witnessing here, right? We are witnessing the walking undead, more or less, in Deadpool, dying. He can't even make it past Molecule Man. No, let me see if I can try to find a better team than this. I mean, everybody's going to be running Thanos's all over the place, Emma's. Right, here's no increased damage to the target at all, other than Thanos's leadership. All right, so I got to do that again because the emulator actually crashed, which is something that happens quite often. But it's a lot easier for me to record videos on my emulator than it is my phone. So, I mean, let's see what happens, guys. I mean, all they're getting is the leadership from Thanos. I mean, and this is what happened, guys. Like in all my testing earlier, this is what happens. He just gets one-shotted. Over and over and over, he just croaks. And it's just like, I don't understand that Marvel's logic. I really don't, right? Like, let's give a character a full price uniform that isn't, better than, like it's good, but you can actually buy a free-to-play uniform, say in Hawkeye, that's actually better than Deadpool and World Boss Legend. So why would you spend full price on Deadpool's uniform other than for just the love of the character, right? So then you're kind of hoping, okay, well, he's got some PvP potential because he's got an ignore iframe, right? Well, we'll try a different team here. So you're thinking, oh, well, maybe he'll be good in PvP. But, I mean, as you guys are witnessing, he's not good there either. I mean, he's honestly pretty bad. Like, maybe in AC against certain teams he'll be decent, but here, like his skill, like his ignore iframe skill just doesn't do enough damage. I mean, he just croaks. This is what happens over and over and over. No matter what character I face against, this is what happens. He just gets one-shotted. With a CTB of regeneration and his healing passive. It's pretty ridiculous in a bad way. I mean, really, it's pretty disgusting, I think, the way that Netmarble done this. I mean, he kind of stayed alive a little bit there, but still couldn't even kill Sentry, right? And Sentry, I mean, he's still a really great PvP character, but in all honesty, guys, he's kind of become a punching bag here lately for other characters. I mean, he's still good, but I mean, a lot of characters now are taking down Sentries, and even Deadpool has a lot of problems with it. Let me see if we can find another team here. No. So here's another Sentry with Adam Warlock, right? We'll try this one more time and see if we can get a win against this team right here. But I'm willing to bet he's probably going to lose, unfortunately. And I started with Wasp and hope to have some of his skills ready, but she dies pretty quick. But his ignore iframe skill is ready to go, and he just, like, it doesn't do enough damage. It should have been a longer skill. It should have done more hits. It should have had some buffs on it. That would have made him way better for PvP. Like, if he would have had something more on his ignore iframe skill, I think that would have made him so much better. Because, I mean, this skill doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, it's on a low cooldown, but it doesn't do that much damage. And that's a huge problem for him, right? A lot of times he doesn't have his accumulation up. And I think even if he did, he probably still wouldn't take out a lot of these meta opponents with his one skill, right? And then he's got penetration on his fifth skill, which is good. But he's got to do the fifth skill in order to do that. But even, guys, even when he has a fifth skill available, even when he has accumulation available, and he hits the one skill, he still isn't taking these guys out. He doesn't do enough damage. And his survivability is rather questionable. It isn't very good in timeline, which is quite surprising. But as you guys saw, that's pretty much the way he rolls. So, I mean, if you're a Deadpool fan, you're really not very happy with this uniform at all. I mean, one, aesthetic-wise, you probably don't care for it at all. At least I don't. I actually can't stand the look of this uniform. And the fact that it doesn't perform as well as a free-to-play character that you can pay just cheaper crystals for in Hawkeye or Spider-Man, why would you buy this uniform other than just for the love of the character? I mean, Netmarble honestly should have gave him a lot more. It's a native tier 2 character. This should absolutely be stronger in either PvP or stronger in PvE than other characters. So let me know what you guys think about his PvP performance. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TNT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.